our sixth and final video, we're going to get outside of the routine play and start talking about the backhand. The important thing in amateur baseball to discuss, though, is when and why do we backhand. Now, in order to talk about amateurs first, we need to first start focusing on professionals. You will always see professional baseball players start to rely on their backhand because the speed of the game is a lot faster, but more importantly, you have a much better athlete making the play when that happens. Okay, so now when we get into the backhand, we're now going to demonstrate not only the proper technique and skill and when to backhand, but we're also going to explain to you why we backhand the baseball. So why do we backhand the baseball? Well, sometimes we just can't get in front of the ball. So now let's watch as Edgar is moving to his right to the ball. He's trying to get to it, but he just can't get to it. But notice how he stopped into a poor position. Right here, we do not want to have a crossover step in our backhand position. The first reason is that notice where his eyes are. He does not see the ball entirely into the field of play and, more importantly, into his glove. Now, also, the second part, the reason why we don't want to backhand the ball when we cross over is that now he has to take an unnecessary plant step with his right foot. When that right foot comes forward, that is just to get his balance and get a plant. Then he's going to have to take more unnecessary steps, allowing more time to transpire to be able to make a throw over the first base. But now let's look at it from the proper technique. As Edgar is motioning to his right to try to get in front of the ball and stops into a backhand position, he's going to stop with his glove position over his right big toe. We don't want to have the glove inside of our body, or else we can just field the ball routinely in front. You want to have it out in front of our right big toe, and notice how his arm is completely in a line from shoulder down to wrist. So now let's talk about our wrist. Notice how our wrist is locked into place. It does not swing forward towards the ball in a positive manner, or it doesn't swing backwards away from the ball in a negative manner. That ball might trickle away from us into the outfield if we do not catch it properly that way. So the only movement in our arm will start in our elbow. Notice how there can be a bend in our elbow when we're receiving the baseball, how we can go forward when receiving the baseball or retreating back at all, and the only moving body part is our elbow. Now the last important piece of our backhand is our footwork after fielding the ground ball. Once you get into that position and the ground ball is coming, as he receives the baseball over his right foot, now it's important that he brings his right foot in front of his left and is able to get himself up into a strong, ready position with momentum, throwing the ball across the diamond. Now let's see it in full speed. Now in game speed, notice how the reaction of separating the hands is as fluid as you can, getting it out over your right big toe. The important part is that after Edgar catches the ball, he has that firm plant foot. He's able to step up and be able to make some great plays while transitioning all of his glove work out to his throwing circle. This concludes IMG Baseball Academy's developmental series on outstanding infield play, a series in which we focused on the basics, because it is that will advance you in the game of baseball. Remember, it's not only about talent as an infielder, it's about the infielder that can make the most amount of plays 100% of the time.